And hello and welcome to the Face of Entrepreneurs. This is another session with a number of really wonderful members of the Face of Entrepreneurs, and of course we've got a super exciting guest to go with this one tonight too. I'm really glad you've made it here tonight, and if you've made it here live, that's wonderful, and if you're going to watch this after we've recorded it, you're welcome to stay and watch to the end because you'll enjoy it just as much. The Face of Entrepreneurs is, of course, a very exciting and innovative network group, and network is probably not doing it justice, but it's really quite exciting. And what I want to do now is introduce you to a couple of the founding members. And first off, I'm going to introduce Maya Wolnick. Maya, welcome along. Good to see you here tonight.
Hi Stuart, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here, and firstly I really have to apologise about my voice today. I've been a little bit sick, so I'm a little bit husky, but hopefully it's not going to be too annoying for anyone. So excited to be here again. Thank you.
Yeah, look, it's great to have you here, and I think that Renil and I are going to really enjoy your voice tonight, so it's good to have it here. Renil, I'd like to introduce you next. This is Renil Rajapaksha, also one of the founding members. Welcome along. Good to see you tonight too.
Thanks, Stuart. Always awesome to be part of this, and thanks for your time again. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very exciting show today. Looking forward to it. Also looking forward to hearing more about Julianne's experiences and life stories. But equally looking forward to my sexy voice. So yes.
Right.
Thanks, Renil, and good to have you both here. And we're going to come to Julianne in a minute because Julianne is really exciting. And what I'm going to do is tease you right now because she's been involved with some pretty big key events in and around Australia, and also some pretty big TV shows. So just hang in there. What we want to do very quickly first is run a quick video about the Face of Entrepreneurs, just to give you some idea of what it's all about. And to do that, I'm just going to share my screen very quickly, and we're going to go to the video, which is disappeared on me, and here we go.
I like the sort of idea that we didn't know where we were going.
Are you sharing the screen, Stuart?
Probably the coolest networking event marketing I've ever seen. Like, you had no idea what you were an event like that tonight, which is a little bit dangerous. I think that's a really good way of getting people to know each other, because all of a sudden you have to trust someone, not necessarily with your life, but it is sort of a little bit dangerous, and that means you get close to people in a different way. Yeah, so there's a lot of events out there. I position this one as far more, I don't know, a bit more fun and engaging, and quite a few, really good people that you can learn from and share ideas with.
So, and you all know that if we connect with someone, then highly we will remember them when the opportunity comes to refer to each other.
So everybody brings something special and unique, and I think the more we can all learn, no matter how old we are and how much experience we have.
I just loved it. It was really cool people, lots of fun, nice and casual.
So there we go, and that's one of the exciting events that happens with the Face of Entrepreneurs. And I apologise for the beginning of that video because we missed the early part. But Renil, would you like to pop in here and just tell us a little bit about the Face of Entrepreneurs and why these events are so successful?
Absolutely. Look, it's a collaborative effort on behalf of Federico Ray, Maya and myself, and also initial help from Jesse Spezza from Beacon Photography. Basically, it came off from Federico's experience in South Africa at an entrepreneurial event in which he invited us to come along and see if we can kind of do something a little bit different. And you know, we've been to a few meetup events, and it just seemed to be lacking something. You know, it seemed to just be a whole bunch of really inspiring people meeting up at a bar, having a few drinks, and that's about it. And it kind of lacked something else. So that's where I guess I'll leave it to Maya to maybe go through the 3 pillars of our beliefs. And yeah, we have kind of like a secret location that we all meet at. We also give a clue to every event, but we don't give it away. So at the end of the day, you know, we're playing on people's curiosity. They don't really know where they're going, what they're going to be doing. And also on top of that, we've got Jesse and Simona from Beacon Photography that actually takes high-profile pictures of people that they can use for their LinkedIn or social media or websites. It's all up to them, and that's part of the package basically. Perhaps now, Maya, did you want to go through the 3 pillars of what we believe in?
Yeah, sure. I'll do my best with my husky voice. Basically, you know, TFE has 3 pillars: connect, inspire, and escape. And basically, connecting is about connecting with other people. You know, to me, sometimes it's also connecting ideas and connecting our networks together. So a whole bunch of entrepreneurial people getting together and really utilizing each other's resources and networks. The next pillar is called inspire, and so that's the inspiring element where we usually get a guest speaker to come along and inspire the whole group about their experiences in business and in life, and also inspiring each other through our own stories. And the last one is escape. So this is, you know, the whole notion of getting away from the working, busy lives that we lead, and, you know, taking a break and doing something really fun, doing a fun activity, but also, you know, doing it with other people while you're sort of networking. So it's not just having fun for fun's sake, but also having fun with the right people that you're connecting with to hopefully grow your business or learn something new. So that's kind of what we're all about.
Well, awesome. Thanks very much, Maya. And you know, the 2 of those pillars, the connect and the escape, I think probably go hand in hand quite nicely, because you know, if you want to achieve anything in this world, you've got to connect with people. When you connect, you get an exponential lift in anything that you're doing. And then if you're having fun at the same time, it just makes all the difference. So you have a situation where you're getting a win-win, and people are enjoying themselves. They're meeting people. They find ways of helping each other to grow and become bigger in every single way in their lives. And one of the people that has probably demonstrated this the most is our guest today. Julianne Black is here with us. I'm really excited to introduce her. There's so many things that I could say about Julianne, but I'm not going to steal her thunder. So what I'd like to do now is introduce you to Julianne Black. Welcome along this evening, Julianne.
Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here, and I just love those pillars. Connecting, inspiring, and escaping is, you know, pretty much what I've built my life around. So, yep, good match. Very congruent.
And look, they seem to flow very fluently through the face of entrepreneurs and the events that they've been happening, and I guess maybe that's one of the reasons why you've gravitated towards this, Julianne. But could we perhaps just kick off and find out a little bit about you? Tell us about what you're about, and you know, what your business is presently, how you're helping the world today.
Yeah, terrific. Thank you. So I'll start with it. This is a short story, but it starts when I was like 7 or 8 years old, when I was actually in front of the camera, and I was doing child modelling, and I just loved it. I loved being involved in that type of industry. So during my school holidays, I decided that I would work for a casting director as an assistant to them, and then by the time I was 19, I was managing a modelling agency for a couple of years before landing my first job in TV at 23. And then what was really cool about that was I became the producer of The Price is Right back in the 90s, but I think I was like, it was within 8 months or something. So it was a really quick rise to that top level, and it was just my passion. I loved being able to create something out of nothing. And what I realised along that journey, I went on and worked on some of Australia's favourite TV shows. I was a production manager for the Sydney Olympic Games, opening, closing ceremonies, produced Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I've worked with Eddie Maguire, Ray Martin, Marsha Hines, Julia Morris, and the beautiful Larry Emder. And so it was all lights, camera, action, quite literally. And then what was going on for me in the inside, though, was I was on an emotional roller coaster of high highs and extreme lows. I didn't really feel like I had a voice of influence. I second-guessed my ability, and I could get paralysed by self-doubt. So I knew that there was something going on for me, and I hungered to be a charismatic and influential communicator. I felt like there was a tap that I got on my shoulder when I was producing Millionaire, saying there's more that you could be doing in life. You're meant to be inspiring millions. And I'm like, where the hell does that come from? Like, what? And so somehow it became very persistent. And I came across coaching. I'd opened my own production company by this stage, and things were going really, really well. And I came along with this thing called life coaching, and I went, well, maybe they'll help me get some plans and structure to, take my business to the next level and to really go pop on the world stage. And she signed me up to become a life coach. And so I was like, there were two things about that. She was really good with sales, and I was really good with signing my name. And when I walked away from that kind of interview, I was like, what is this? And of course, as life journeys, I got a phone call from an executive producer the very next day, pretty much with my dream job. And the reason why it was my dream job was because he'd had an idea in the shower, and he wanted me to produce it and bring it to life. So I got to create the systems, I got to put the whole thing on, and we had it was on for a couple of series or seasons on Channel 7, which was great. But the things that I was dealing with, those kind of internal demons that I was dealing with, kept coming up, and I was finding myself playing the same character role, finding myself in the same scene going, how is this happening again? So I had to take action, and I do everything full out and give it 100%. So I just dived into this thing called coaching, and 10 years on, $250,000 on my education, and traveling the world, researching and inspiring. I know I'm a walking house. And 10 years later, I've got to speak on stages in New York, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas, sharing what I've learned and that's helped me personally, and that I've helped thousands of emerging leaders and creative entrepreneurs overcome within themselves, ultimately so they can escape Groundhog Day, direct their future, and be the star of their life. So it's been a massive journey, amazing, where I've, the people that I've met, the ones that I've got to work with, the ones that have mentored me, incredible journey. Snapshot.
And it's a very inspiring story, Julie, and thank you very much for sharing it with us. And one of the things that I really pick up on is when you want the life and the things in life to start coming towards you, you've got to start taking the steps towards them, towards those things that you want, to the life that you want, and that comes through really, really clearly in your story. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that for us?
Yeah. So So what I realized was that I was desperate to be brilliant now. So I knew that I needed to change, and I knew that I was the only person that could make the changes that I needed in order to live the life that I wanted to live. And that's probably where and how my methodology has been born as well, because I was like, I'd had this incredible 22-year career producing some of Australia's biggest hits, and I never realised that I was in charge of producing my own life. I went, go figure. And then when I realised that I was also playing a character that lacked confidence, so of course I was going to find myself writing scripts that had me play in scenes that had me do exactly that. So I went, wow, so if I'm just playing a character role, that displaces my resistance in wanting to change. So, and I'd outright, hands down admit, I deserved an Oscar for the role that I played. It just wasn't the performance that I actually wanted to win an Oscar for. Right, so, yeah.
Sorry.
Go.
Sorry, I was going to say, just with all of that and what you're saying, it's absolutely inspiring. I mean, I can't wait to actually hear you at the event in a couple of weeks. But I guess the question that I would ask is, you know, you'd probably have a very impressive phone book, so you don't want to lose your phone. But what would you say, you know, to the question, is it who you know or what you know?
Look, it's both, Ronelle, because unless you, what I teach in one of my Present Like a Superstar courses is that if you're wanting to get a message across, there's three keys or secrets that I believe that are really necessary, and one of them is having a message that you're absolutely in love with, and it's got clear direction and, you know, clear messages, and it's ultimately something that inspires people. The second one is, well, how do you want to leave your audience feeling after you've met them? And then the final one is, who do you need to become in order to influence those outcomes? So unless we are, you know, starring in our own life rather than playing a shitty bit part in someone else's, unless we are presenting ourselves like that, unless we have that internal influence, that ability to inspire and connect and engage. One of the things that I say is, producing a brilliant life is a lot like producing a hit TV show. You'll be rating success or flop depending on how you connect, engage, and communicate with your audience. So if you don't have those bits, how are you going to be able to work with the people that you're wanting to work with? Does that resonate?
Yeah. Okay.
So it's coming from an internal point of view, because we can have all the people that we want around us, and that's a really cool support network. And what we also want to do is we want to be really congruent with who we are when we present ourselves to the world. And and I believe that it's also about becoming the same person on stage as what you are off stage, right? So the camera's on, you're the same person. The camera's off, you're the same person. It just might be a little less intense or vibrant, or yeah. You just dial it down a little bit, but ultimately you're the same person. If I see you in the street, you're going to be the same person.
Yeah. Very cool.
Julianne.
Go on.
Julianne, you've got this beautiful feminine energy about you, which is something that we sort of briefly spoke about when we first met. So I guess I just wanted to ask you a little bit about that, you know, in terms of working with that energy in business. You know, Ronelle and Federico and I have sort of noticed that there's huge differences between the three of us, the way we sort of operate, men versus women in business. So you know, I'm kind of curious to get your angle on that and how you've dealt with it and how do you bring out that gorgeousness.
Oh, thank you. I've worked on it because having been involved in such a male-dominated world, I felt that I needed to be a man to hang out on TV. And it wasn't necessarily the clothes, but it was my aggression, and it was my I felt like I needed to compete. And when we're coming from a platform of needing to compete, then it's coming from a lack, scarcity, fear, and desperation mindset and mentality. And so one of the things that I really worked hard on was learning to love who I am from the inside out, and learning to be confident from the inside out, and to appreciate and to embrace and to I don't know, just allow the femininity to guide me, because I know that there's a beauty in being able to connect. You know, women have such a way about them in being able to draw out the best in people and to celebrate them and to applaud them and to encourage and support and inspire, and we do it really naturally. And so when we stand from a space of taking ownership of being a woman and allowing ourselves the opportunity to be a successful woman in business, I think it takes on a whole new different, a different life of its own, because we're coming from a creative space, which is, and that automatically inspires love, peace, abundance, and harmony, right? Because we want to create harmonious work environments, that family type of matriarchal, if you'd like, experience.
And with that too, Julianne, the lack, scarcity, fear component is something that sort of hijacks us a bit, and we never really realise that it's there. What's the best way of picking that up, especially for women? How do you find that it's there and then deal with it? What's the best options there?
Well, one of the things that I've noticed, especially with women, is there's a big I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. We are surrounded by or indoctrinated with old school beliefs and societal beliefs that we're meant to be seen and not heard, so therefore we're meant to be very pretty but not necessarily be able to use our minds or share how smart we are, because men can get intimidated by that. So we need to, dull our brightness in order to not outshine others, because we would be conceited or we would be up ourselves or full of ourselves, and those were really bad child names that were thrown around when we were kids. So in order to empower ourselves, we really need to see, well, what is, and it goes back to my methodology as well. Well, what's the vision you have for your life? What is your life purpose? What type of scripts are you writing for yourself? Are you telling yourself that you're not good enough? Are you telling yourself that you can't have this? Does an opportunity come your way and you kind of sabotage it? You'll notice when you're doing that, because of the results that you're actually getting, then it's kind of black and white in this. You've either got the results that you want or you don't. And so when we don't have the results that we want, we're generally making up stories, we're justifying, there's a lot of things that we're actually doing in order to make it okay that we don't have the results that we want. So we've got to take a really honest appraisal of where we're at and go, you know what, my life purpose, I'm not actualizing it just yet, and a part of me is dying because of that, and I feel very unfulfilled because of that. So what am I going to do to give myself permission to take center stage. So by being the producer of your life and then recognizing that there is a script writer and the story that you've had up until now is the one that has helped you gain all the success that you've had so far. And there are some scripts that you're writing for yourself that are limiting you, that aren't supporting this beautiful big vision that you have for yourself. And then there's the director, which is about the camera angles, the different camera angles we see life in, and being able to direct the focus of your mind in any moment, any situation. The star is about your signature style and your performance. So are you performing in your day-to-day life, in those scenes that you find yourself? Every time we walk through a new door, we're in a new scene. So is your performance congruent with the vision that you want for yourself? Or is it more congruent with the old script that you've been writing for yourself of lacking confidence or not being good enough? And then the final part is the audience, and what are your results and outcomes? And can you sit in the front row seat of your life and you're cheering yourself on, you're going, come on, come on, come on, I know with all the adversity you can do it, you can do it. Or are you sitting there going, oh my God, you're so boring, can we kill you off in the next scene, please?
Good one.
You know, as women, we need to, I find that, like, with a lot of my female, I've got probably 50-50, so my female clients need a lot of nurturing, right, throughout the process, because, you know, it's very rare that they've actually given themselves permission to go after what it is that they've wanted, because they've been told, and from a gender point of view, to put everyone else first. And so they feel shame and guilt on extreme levels when they go to do something for themselves.
It's very exciting, Julianne, and there's fantastic structure in what you've got there, and you have a world-renowned program, coaching program, is that correct?
Yes.
Would you like to tell our audience a little bit about that?
Well, from a private point of view, we literally do that, and I've got this very cool profiling tool that I do, which is hand analysis. So we've all got fingerprints that are unique to us, like Stuart, Mayer, and Rennell. No one has a copy of your fingerprints quite like yours. So what we can decipher from your fingerprints is what the theme of your life is, what your life lesson is, that thing that you keep banging your head against a brick wall about, and also your life purpose, you know, the thing that you were born to do. And the cool thing about fingerprints is that they were developed as early as 16 weeks in utero, so you've known your life purpose your entire life. So when I share the life purpose with people, with my clients, generally they start weeping. It's not necessarily because it's something new or profound. It's because their hands have told them something that they've always known, and it's almost the green light for them to actually be able to go after it. So I've got some other profiling tools that I use. We start with a VIP day, and the whole process is about giving you the strategies so you can go out there and be brilliant now. You can recognize when you play a character role that's not congruent to your vision, and we really tap into why did those beliefs occur? What were the storylines that you've had to write? Because you've written them originally because they protected you from something. They kept you safe. But now, when you're launching onto a new stage, they're not protecting you anymore. They're causing you internal conflict. So we need to unearth what their purpose is, and then, you know, rewrite the new script and hardwire that into you. So you can. It's probably my private clients. It's a 6-month plus journey. Not just to go through the inner gunk, but by the time we strategize about what goals that you want to do, what is the what it gives us enough time for you to see results, and for us to make some real inroad on creating what it is that you want. So you are finally producing a life you'll love to live.
And Julian, where can people go to connect with this? Can they go to the website that's listed there?
Yes, bebrilliantnow.com.
Yeah.
Come on, I want to be brilliant now. Stop hoping to be brilliant tomorrow and be brilliant now.
Well, it's amazing. You mentioned, Julianne, that it takes 6 months. I think it took me 33 years to know what I wanted to do. So I'll take 6 months any day.
I know. Well, that's the best thing about this, because I can fast track your learning curve.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's why I've spent the 250K. You don't have to spend that. Plus, you get to fast track these results.
Brilliant.
I'm a lady, so I'm not going to share my age, but it took me a very long time too. But when you land, it's so joyous, and you beam, and it's contagious.
Wow.
Do you want to perhaps tell us a little bit about when Julianne first came along to the Face of Entrepreneurs? What happened when that occurred?
Oh, we just connected not long ago. I think it was a connection with Federico, so we just had a bit of a conversation on Google Hangout as well, and Julianne said to me, "You're gorgeous." That's the first thing she said to me, so of course I loved her straight away.
True.
So,
and with the sexy voice tonight.
No, I've got the husky, sexy voice to match. So yeah, it was just a really good meeting. I think we all just got on the same page very quickly, and obviously Julianne's very inspiring, and we're just so excited to have her at the next event. I really can't wait. We're going to have a fabulous time, and I'm really, really excited about it.
Yeah, do you have enough voice left to tell us a little bit about the next event and what's going to be happening and how Julianne's going to feature in that?
Yeah, sure. So the next event is on 29th of October. And it's going to be at a secret location again, and we're not going to tell you what activity we're doing, but it's going to be really fun and really kind of different to what we've done so far. It's a Wednesday night, and Julianne's going to sort of come along and have a chat to our members, and we're going to really hold it as an open forum, so it's not really structured. It's more just about having everyone connect and ask questions, and obviously Julianne will get to share her story again, but also take questions from the group. So the best way to sign up for the next event is to go to our meetup.com page. Just search for the Face of Entrepreneurs Melbourne, and then sign up from there.
Awesome. Reneel, do you want to add anything to that? Because I think I was supposed to ask you that question, wasn't I? I apologise.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, it sounds like Maya's voice has come back, which I'm a little bit unhappy about. But I guess all I wanted to add was, yeah, look, if this gives you a taste of what's to come in 2 weeks' time, we'd love to put a call out to, budding entrepreneurs, startups, people who have been in a business for a while or not. Anybody who resonates with, Julianne's energy and would like to, I guess, leverage and find out what they can take from this event that will make their lives or their business lives better. That's who we're calling out for. Basically, we'd just love to meet as many like-minded people as possible. Although the event might seemingly look like it's focused towards women, which we would love to make a call out to as many women in business as possible, because I think there is going to be a thread of that in the conversation. We'd also like to, definitely call out men out there as well, current members and also new members. Bring along people who you think will also benefit from knowing about something that perhaps men don't really talk about much, which is about, how women may find it a bit of a struggle out there in the business world, and I think it's time that we actually speak openly about it, both sides. And I think, especially on behalf of a man, we need to know about these things. We need to kind of be aware of it and address it as well, so we can make a change for the future and can be a bit better and more of an even playing field in the years to come. So yeah, so come along, and main thing is there's going to be heaps of wisdom. So as I've got today already, so it's brilliant.
And Julianne, you're going to be attending and a VIP guest for the event this coming one. What's your thoughts about what's coming up, and can you reveal anything about what you're going to share with everyone?
I am super excited. We're going to actually leave, because part of the whole Face of Entrepreneurs is curiosity. We're going to leave a couple of those details, tucked up our sleeves, just and use them as surprises on the night. The thing that I'm loving the most is the opportunity to have a lot of questions. We're doing this fireside chat, so it is ask you questions and let me just share what you want to know, so we can get really deep into some of the things that you want. Yeah, I'm so excited, and I can't wait. I don't even know what it is that we're going to be doing, so I'm excited about that too. I said, no, you can't tell me. I don't want to know. I want to be just like one of the guests on the night and get carried away with the theme, and yeah, it's going to be great.
I think
we're all going to be it now.
We're all excited, and I'm going to wind up the show in just a few minutes, but I'll invite everyone to give us a last sentence or a last couple of comments. But before we do, I just want to remind everyone that really you're all an entrepreneur. I mean, you all have to manage yourselves. You're dealing with money, you're purchasing and selling, and of course, for all of us, we're all selling ourselves in one form or another. So it's how we go about that makes our lives the most rewarding. I think it'll be benefit to anyone that going, even if you don't have a business of your own, go along there, meet some people, get some ideas, and you'll be surprised out of what comes out of an event like this. Ranil, perhaps if I go to you first, if you could give us some last comments to round out.
Yeah, sure. Look, I guess the main thing is just come on down. Let's just connect with like-minded people, and this is an amazing event, I guess, to also meet someone like Julianne. But look, at the end of the day, I keep saying this all the time as well. All of us entrepreneurs have we go through similar, ups and downs, and it's always nice to also, bounce around ideas and stories and inspirations that will keep us going, and make us think, hey, we're not the only ones, sleeping 5 hours tonight. So it's nice to kind of be part of a community. Hopefully that's what the Face of Entrepreneurs is all about. We're not for profit, so we're basically doing this out of the goodness of our hearts and out of goodwill, and it's amazing that we're actually attracting such great caliber of speakers and inspirational people like Julianne on our 4th event. So it's quite an exciting journey that we are on ourselves. So yeah, very happy.
Thanks, Ranil. And Maya, give us your last thoughts for the evening, please.
Well, I just wanted to say, same as Ranil, really excited for the next event, and just really want to invite everyone to come along, but also just wanted to thank you, Stuart, and thank you, Julianne, for your time today, and it's been really inspiring so far, so I can't wait to hear more. Thank you.
Thanks, Maya. It's been a fun night tonight, hasn't it? I really enjoyed it. Julianne, perhaps you can give us some pearls of wisdom for your last piece tonight.
Well, what I'd love to for each of you to take home is just to hold in your presence that whatever you want and whom you have always known in your heart that you could be, it is possible. There might be some stories that you have to let go of in order for you to do it, but the time is now for you to be able to do it. There's no need to wait any longer to start being the star of your life and take center stage. And it's much more easy than what you believe that it always has been. So, but you do have to make a start. and you do have to stay the course, and you do have to be consistent. And ultimately, when you do that, the package of you is brilliant. It's copyrighted. No one else can be you, thankfully, in a lot of ways as well. So enjoy, have a little bit more fun, turn up the funometer, and get connected with brilliant groups like the Faces of Entrepreneurs, because it gives you an opportunity to really connect in with your tribe. And when we've got that support network, it's amazing, just like a teeny little bit of encouragement can do to put you on the path, to keep you on the path, to ultimately be brilliant now.
Thanks very much, Julianne. That's really special advice from Julianne Black. You can get hold of Julianne at her website, bebrilliantnow.com. I'd really like to thank you, Julianne, because it's been great having you here tonight. It's been a really nice event and really fantastic just spending some time with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Stuart. It's been a joy being here too, really. Thank you.
Thanks, Julianne.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Ranil.
Thanks, Stuart, as always.
Close out. Thank you very much.